Thank you for the chicken. That's good though.
Oh yeah. Simple shit.
Yes, that's right. Only $50, and you get $220 in value. Oregon Wine Country in the fall.
Oh, I mean, sure.
That's wineglasshouse.com.
If you're offering, sure.
I'm
Here you
supposed to do
go.
boards, only to be
Uh,
overwhelmed with resumes.
Light as well. Condition Bandoingalasund.
You know, I got into letter
And actively
8.
invites them to apply.
You got a what?
Kind of 8 circle.
Oh, got an 8 going on. That's what's it. Time to remove the 8. If this place that I have, where's dark? Boom. Because advertisement jingles are gonna make you go insane. Boom.
I mean, we definitely don't sing at lullabies when it's baking. Lullabies are what parents sing to babies.
Right.
And we don't use a baby carrier to carry the warm, fresh 9-grain wheat subs to the cooling racks. I mean, they're not babies. They're gonna delicious sandwiches.
Okay.
I'm confused. Something about babies and making sandwiches with babies?
I don't know.
That was definitely a peculiar yes, peculiar commercial. So, Tuesday. There's going to be. Hold on, my hat.
Oh, what?
I'm mainly go on YouTube. So, on Tuesday, I'm thinking I'm going to do a Chef's Gift to Husky segment. Like, you know, when I was doing a stream with the lamb burgers, I'm going to make those a little actual thing now called Chef's Ski with the Husky. Yeah, because Chef's Husky rhymes. So, I'm going to do that with some tuna and fish sandwiches.
Cool.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to be working on. A basic little dish, a basic little sandwich, just flatbread. So, I'm going to see how that works out. And also there'll be that Q&A thing. And then there will also be just, you know, the standard of usuals. So, something to look forward to tomorrow. Got at least 2 little things I'm definitely going to try to do. So, yeah. Hope everyone has some questions and ideas for tomorrow, because, you know, might as well just do this for the hell of it. At this point, I'm just drinking fructose corn syrup and de-thawed ice with sugar. It's always great. And I also have a carbonated beverage over here as well, so I'm just like the peak of health right now. I'm just examples of health, phenomenal. I feel like I'm really close to this cam. Okay, that actually feels better. That feels better. Like, damn, like he gets like super intense sometimes. It's like he's like, we're about to start like a battle or some shit. Like, are we about to like go into the greatest anime battles of all time? I can see how that's bong water now, because it really, really smells like bong water in here. It smells like, so Robert, I guess mom was needing him for help, and he dropped his bong. So here, I'll just take it to show. So this is his piece, and this fell. Oh! I just did this. And your bowl nearly fell out, and I think your bowl is damp. Yeah, your bowl is soaking, dude. Yeah, your whole bowl is soaking.
Probably when the water came through.
Yeah, it came out of this, so you might want to dry out. But yeah, as you can tell, you know, that's where obviously the water came out of. So, yeah, it smells heavily like marijuana and bong water, and the mixture of the smells is definitely most peculiar. It smells kind of swampy, but at the same time kind of buddy. I mean, I like the buddy part of it, but the swamp smell is just like, oh, God. I don't live in Louisiana, dog. I don't need Louisiana or the Florida Everglades to come visit me. If I wanted to visit it, I would go to it. Though last night, the same thing happened to me. When you came into my room to go take the little dart from my little tray, you saw that, you know, my bowl was like tilted off to the side or whatever, but same thing happened to me. My bong kind of tilted a little bit and the water fell out and all that shit. I just bought some hash. Oh shit, you just bought some hash? Hell yeah, dude. Hash. The hashish. Dude, that's nice. I've had hash before. It's definitely, it's like a dab, but it's not a dab, basically. It's in between a dab and like keef, in a sense. Or something. It's good though. Like when it comes to the high, I love it. And there's different types of hash as well. So, which is why I think, there's different, like, there's some hash that's more oily and there's some hash that's more, like, keefy looking. So, depending on the, it's cool, though. Like, I love hash. It's a really cool thing. It's not really sold as often in dispensaries as I would like it to be, because, hash is a really fun, thing to have. It's really cool and enjoyable a party stimulant or depressant, whichever type of strain of hash you want.
And we dug up antique bottles, brought them in the house, cleaned them up, and then we started seeing orbs, and then we started.
But I just went over some basics shit for tomorrow. What I know I'm going to do is I'm going to do a chef ski with the Husky stream where I make tuna fish sandwiches, and I talked about the Q&A thing, so that's about it. That's essentially it. So I'm going to have another little cooking, well, not really cooking, but food making stream, I guess. This isn't really cooking, but a culinary based stream, so we get to expand more in those culinary arts. But I noticed those do seem to gather a lot of attention and attraction, and plus it's straight up content being created, so that's something that I'm gonna keep going on. But I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Pope. Aw, shit. Autism levels didn't even have to gradually rise. They just spiked right up to 100. You just went right up to you didn't even gradually go down to it. You just went straight to the poop nigga. You just went up straight to the poop nigga. You just went to those comments right off the bat. Third tie is a charm. Damn, son. Damn. Brutality.
So there was a blood ritual been done. So we're getting punished just for living there.
How did you find out about the blood ritual?
The stain. I knew it was on the thresholds of the doorway. Keep the threshold. And there was a V in the ceiling of my room.
Blood rituals? What?
I have over 300 pictures and video. I didn't
want
to write a public about this.
You're not gonna make me say that. Good sir.
It was definitely blood, and dealt with them all.
You will not make me roll the R. You won't make me say that nigger word. Oh wait. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. I need to save space myself. Just like somehow enlope myself into myself, and I just become like this like paradox of like I just break the space-time continuum. Nothing. I don't know. It's the first time I told anyone. Like, whoa. Are you working on a ham radio in the background? I pay too much. I criticize these phone callers way too much just based on the quality of their phone. I'm such a dick. Man. Oh, God. Resin under the fingernail? That sucks. I hate that. I'm Henry the Second, I am.
I'm always covered and surrounded for 6 years now.
There was nothing that you did. It was just that you were in a house and where a blood ritual took place, and you got residual all over.
What does that even mean?
Like, what? That we used in ritual. So we were guilty. We didn't know they were antique bottles. But because we're there, it doesn't matter where you go. If you go to a ritual place, you're going to get punished like you were in the ritual. So because through that,
I get confused with these phone calls sometimes. I tune in on like a weird spot, so I'm like, what?
Well, if I were you, I don't know. Holding on to all of that information, all that
I'm about to toke a bowl.
I think you should at least show some
So am I, because smoking weed is the greatest thing that I can do to myself.
I know you say you don't want to write a book,
Toke
or
a
you don't want to
bowl.
seek any kind of notoriety, but there are plenty of ways that you'd be
I don't
able
want to
to
hear how it
demonstrate
does.
what's
Just
happening.
is gonna make you take its toll. I don't know where I'm going with that now. Like, I was on my lunch earlier, and DFAT Fried just got live about, like, the worst ways to die. And I was listening to it on my way walking home as this, from the start, from, on my lunch. And I'm just like, alright, just doing my thing. And suddenly, I get, like, this Bohemian Rhapsody in my head. And I start singing, and I don't even remember what I was singing, but it was, like, the most perfect of rhyme that I did. That it was, like, the worst. I don't even know how I did it. I just, like, was doing it on the fly, and I realized what I did. I went, oh shit, that was pretty dope. How do I do that again? And or how did I do that? And I was just like, it's just like literally a spirit of the moment, and just went away. So I was just like, damn, cringe. You're the one who partakes in the cringe. So thus, you are also cringe. Checkmate. Checkmate, atheists.
They're used to people doing this foolish CGI, or they're used to seeing Photoshop stuff, so they say, oh, that's cool. But I mean, if you have like video, and if you have audio, you can hear it, you can see it. That's in motion, and you know that you're not faking.
Like, I'm trying to remember a little bit about it right now. It was like, what was it? It was
I'm covered with orbs all the time. I could video right now.
What did I do?
The video of orbs.
I don't even remember, man. It was just like something. Oh well. No need to trek on it no more. Thou shalt not fret no more. Thou shan't fret less. But there is one thing that I will fret over. Guess who's coming back in the political spotlight? I want you to take a guess before I lay down the name, because I literally I can physically feel myself losing brain cells thinking about it. About a gram of hash, 2 grams of weed at work. Hell yeah, nice, Clinton. Yeah, because guess what she said recently? She was like, I would like to be president. I can still see that I am so unpopular somehow, even though I'm not really, and I shall be president because I'm a woman. Elect me. It's just like, oh God, no one wants you. No one cares about you. Like, go away. Like, literally go away. The United States is Hillaried out. The world is Hillaried out. Like we are literally Hillaried out. Like, can we just not? Can you just go into obscurity and literally, like, crawl in a hole and just, like, become part of the singularity and just leave us alone? Like, fuck. Like, I mean, seriously, like, we're Hillaried out. I'm serious. Like, I actually am. I'm done with her. I'm sick of, like, hearing her. As much as Trump's name is Hillary's name, it's just like, oh my God, I don't want to hear both of them. They're both pompous and pretentious and smug and egotistical in so many of their own different ways. I hate it. It's just like, ugh. It's like, I can't believe that was, like, what our... I'm not even going to worry about that. But it's just like, I can't believe that was our choice in 2016. It's like, what the fuck? It's just like, wow. What a way to get cheated. It was such a beautiful example of how, like, straight up vote really didn't, like, mean that much. Like, I mean, the primaries, the general, didn't really do well. Smoking dope is good for you. Yes, indeed, it's good for you. Because I'm going to do some as well. As you can see, President Kanye says he will pass legislation allowing children to have affordable access to Nikes and Adidas products. Oh my God, I swear, if Kanye becomes president and I start seeing headlines like this, I literally might just like, go into hiding and literally will just, like, live in the forest like no one is going to like I will like take like a commune and just set one up of like 10 people, and then just I don't even care if we like prosper or like continue generations onward. Like I would literally just rather die alone in a commune than have to deal with a fucking President Kanye. I don't care. I just don't care. Like I don't want that to be my reality, but like it's terrifying that could be. Impressed by off-grade lol. Yeah, for real, dude. I'm just like, God, I don't want to deal with that. It's like I will literally just go away. I'll be gone. I'll just like I just couldn't. I can't. Like I can't fathom that even now, dude. I can't. I just can't. There's no way. There's just no way. There's no way. I don't even want to entertain the idea. Like, no. Yeah, I was just killing myself. Yeah, seriously. If we have President Kanye West, like, our country is legitimately doomed. There's no way. We have there's no way. There's no way. I'm being, there's no way. Nah. Stop. Done. It's just we might as well just, take the gasoline, just throw it everywhere, light the match. Fuck, I'm burning! It might as well. Burn the house, burn yourself, burn everything. Put it on your friend too while you're at it. Might as well, and drink it, just everything, just pure combustion of flames, just do it. Number the president needs dope cars. Hashtag the president needs dope cars. I mean, I'm not against having dope cars, but the president doesn't necessarily need dope cars, dog. But I really couldn't care if they have a garage of a collection of classic cars and shit, that are dope or whatever, or dope cars. I prefer vintage and classic, but if someone wants to go to new dope cars, whatever, it's not my thing. I go vintage. That's just me. And I am proceeding to smoke dope, but I can talk at the same time, sir. I can talk at the same time, sir. Doesn't mean I can do both at once, but I can at least do both. Not at once. The president needs dope cars, Kanye West. Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, dude, I can use some dope cars, but no one needs a dope car. That's the problem. No one needs a dope car, but I could care less if the president does or not. But somehow I guess that's a qualifier to be president, is if you have dope cars. Inspiring words. It's truly inspiring. Very truly inspiring. But, if the president needs dope cars, then how come any, hot rodder or any, mechanic that makes the dopest of cars, out on, some, their town or whatever, how come they aren't president? If they got dope cars and they have the dope cars, they build them up, they make them themselves, they mod them out, they do all of it, they work on other people's dope cars and shit, they do all the 9 yards. So, by his logic, those people should be the presidents. The president should use public transportation. I'm okay with that. Honestly, the president should just choose whatever transportation they want. If he wants to drive himself, or herself, or if the president wants to drive themselves, that's fine. But it's obvious that that's probably not likely going to happen because of threats like bombs and shit, IEDs, car bombs, or whatever, but...
There was a circle and a 5-pointed star called a pentagram drawn in black ink, the deputy said. It looked like a professional.
The media is trying to get us to worship Kim Kardashian's ass instead of be Jesus. I feel like it's a mixture of both, depending on fucking non-binary folks. Well, I was saying by themselves, just generalizing in people. I guess. Like, those... The non-binaries are weird. They're just weird to me, man. It's like, okay, you're trying hard to be, like, different or be, like, part of the LGBT in some way, but you're trying to go farther, and it's like, you don't need to. Like, you don't, it's like, dog, you don't need to. It's like, you don't need to be non-binary because, like, it's just not a concept. Like, it is now because it made it up, but it's just like, it never was.
It's like I'm talking to a ghost.
Death to the non-binary and queer folks. Gotta kill them queers. Them damn queers taking over media, taking over the education, taking over the religions. Them queers. Them queers. God. I was getting a little tense there, like, I just started twitching around, looking everywhere, like, the queers. They're taking over everything. Shapiro alert. Ben Shapiro believes the gay agenda. Shapiro alert. And isn't he a cute little goofball for thinking that? Like, there is no agenda or program trying to instill homosexuality, like, in kids in education and schools, like that. Like, I don't know how that's, like, what? Like, what? What? Like, it makes more sense that the parents would be doing that. And, or if the kids just naturally figures it out themselves. It's just like, hey, this is me instead. Like, either way, it's just like, really? What? It's like, if that was the case, wouldn't we be seeing, like, hardcore, like, gay conversion camps for being gay? For becoming the gay? Instead of reversing from the gay? Like, we would be seeing a lot more, like, hardcore, like, we need to, like, indoctrinate those children, but we don't. At least the gay agenda, no we don't. It's like, what? It's like, what? Like, maybe, like, educating people on it, sure. Maybe, like, going too far with, you know, or, you know, teaching these kids about it, maybe, sure, maybe. But, like, straight up literal, like, this whole gay agenda thing, it's hilarious, dude. It's so funny. Tried heroin earlier. What are you doing? Heroin? No. Why? How dare thee? What are you doing? Why? 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 It's like the last thing you should do. It's like the last thing you should do. It's like, no. No. Dope with weed. The weeds. This is why fucking weed needs to be legalized. Damn it. This is why it needs to be legalized. Ugh. I'm not even using that frustration at you at all. It's just like, weed must be legal. Cause then people can just get high with easy access. God damn it. Weed should be legal, exactly. Cause it's just a fucking plant. Like, cause I've seen, like, freaking, like, people on heroin and shit. It is, like, not, like, some good shit at all, man. Definitely not. Like, dope isn't good enough anymore. Crack mint. No. And unfortunately, those are, like, the main problems in southern communities, too. It happens to be meth and crack. And it's just like, oh, my God. I mean, like... It's so disgustingly hypocritical when, you know, like GOP talks about, like, the marijuana being the gateway drug, and yet they perpetrate laws that essentially incentivize it to be this, like, gateway drug, or incentivize it to become laced and more, somewhat, you know, and tied in with these same dangerous black markets. Never tried crack or meth. Well, JK. Good. Well, I mean, I don't, it's like, I don't begrudge anyone trying a drug regardless, you know what I mean? But it's just like, whoa. I recommend not doing that again. But, I mean, with even Dr. Carl Hart says it. Like, if someone wants to do a drug and it's going to be like motivated to do it and go out to get it in some way, shape, or form, they can do it, and they will. So, yeah. Something's still burning over there.
What?
I don't know.
No, cigarette. How's it burning down?
It's 11 o'clock. Progressive Insurance. I'm Tom Foley. President Trump travels to Pittsburgh Tuesday. Funeral start there for the victims of this past weekend synagogue massacre.
Rabbi Jeffrey Myers moved the congregation's Torah from the building.
I'm not just concerned about the rise of anti-Semitism. I'm concerned about the rise of hate in our country.
Here outside the synagogue, there's a Star of David memorial for each of the 11 victims. The first of the funerals starts tomorrow.
We're all just in pain.
Conceptually, I heard what happened, but I can't reconcile it at all.
Just came mad, nigga. Ain't no junkie other than the dope. Okay. You just want to see me go on a tirade on weed, huh? You just wanted me to get triggered, huh? In my trigger-free zone. God, couldn't. Wow. You did not realize how hard it was to have my eyes that wide open for a second. For that at least period of time. Like, oh my God.
Watched court appearance in Miami too. Caesar Sayak, the man accused of sending more than a dozen explosive packages to critics of President Trump, with indications he had additional targets. CBS News has learned it was a list of more than 100.
Yeah, I just like. I mean, it's weird. Like, you know, I've never have like directly been in contact with people who've like straight up like, you know, who are like junkies and done dope, but I have been around people who have done that and are addicted to that shit. It's just like, man, it's definitely a very destructive thing. That's why, you know, now at least I'll refrain people from doing harder drugs. But like, you know, to me, it's like those people are going to try to look for it anyway. So, and also that amongst like the drug war issue and, you know, like even the economic and social issue with like poverty too as well. Like, I mean, it just makes more sense to at least decriminalize, you know what I mean? To have realistic conversations over the internet. Hey. I mean, there's been a lot of there was this I saw this really cool thing on AI where this dude was where they programmed it to do a phone call with to take an order from Domino's, I think. And it was sent, and the person doing the order did not realize it was an AI. Like, she thought it was just any other person, and it's just like, wow. That, I mean, in a way, that's kind of cool. But at the same time, it's like, you know, like, whoa. It's like I could potentially be calling someone and be like, oh wait, you know, that person might not actually be the person. I mean, it's I mean, AI is a very, because I have like a basic bro science, analogy to it. So it's just like, for me, it's like, I don't know much about it. So I can only really, say how I feel, going forward with it. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
But,
yes.
but that's some cool. That's kind of some cool shit, though. You should program the AI to become a person that chats in here. It'd be interesting to chat with your AI to expand its ability to do all those chats and stuff. Bandito. Right. Hey, little bandito. Now he's all up in Dad's grill now. He doesn't even want to have anything to do with me. He's just like, Dad, yeah, you're the one who grants the food. You're the one who grants who grants me all the treats and everything. I just grant him love and rubs and snuggles and all that fun stuff.
Hey there, it's Lars.
I provide the pleasure that the cat needs. I don't usually provide him with the food. I should probably provide him with food. He'll definitely become way more attached to me. Speaking of food, I want this bitch. I want this bad boy right here and there. Saving this just for this moment.
At that point, you often have to wait in the cold for a week or more. First Call Heating and Cooling helps you avoid those issues. Did you know they also
Oh man.
Check on her blanket when you go back there.
service all brands. They're background checked and they go above and beyond
Who?
to keep your home clean.
Oh,
Call
yeah.
First Call Heating and Cooling
I don't
today.
think you heard you.
Talk to a live person and ask about how you can save 15% on maintenance and receive priority customer scheduling. Call 503-231-3311. That's 231-3311. Online at firstcallheat.com.
Studying patterns in communication.
Firstcallheat.com and tell them Lars
Interesting.
sent you. It's hard to stop a train. CCB 72.
Oh, I know what you're saying, Carl. You're saying Samhain, though it's spelled like Sam Hain for some reason, because Gaelic language is very peculiar. But that leads me to think you've seen the Deep Fat Fried Patreon episode of Halloween. Or you just already know about the lore of Halloween, but I actually didn't know about the origins of Halloween. I don't know why I said lore initially. Freudian slip. But, I guess it's partially lore. But, the origins, I didn't really know it was an actual Gaelic origin. I actually was always curious about the origin, but never I went out of my way to go study it. But, yeah, I didn't realize it was based off the Gaelic / Celtic event of Samhain. Or, if you're an uneducated American fuck, Sam Hain. The Sam Hain. I like how I just assumed that if you're, if you don't know how to pronounce it, you're just an uneducated American. You're an uneducated American. Get my eyebrows, like, all the way up here. Why not even work? Like get them all the way up there, like up here. Like, I don't even think that's even physically possible. Americans are uneducated, yeah, which is why that people say that a lot, because generally, unfortunately, that's kind of the case. It's not that, it's not usually that they choose to be, it's that, the education system has failed and is failed. And, but, if you actually are willing to expand your knowledge and become educated, then you can definitely be educated. Like, I wouldn't consider myself uneducated, but I definitely wouldn't consider myself educated, but educating. Or, or being educated, I should say. Because I buy books all the time, I read through bits of them. I haven't really read through a whole book besides a few of them, like Astrophysics for People in a Hurry, The God Delusion. I've read that through. I've also read through a few others. Also another one, A Moment of Clarity. And I've read halfway through Our Revolution, but I was only mainly reading specific chapters that I wanted to know more about. But, yeah, but I haven't really read any of my books totally through yet. But, I'm someone who's willing to expand into willing to educate myself on issues and things. And, even with the internet, I could literally look up, like, an event, like Samhain, and be like, what's this? And I can just get, a plethora of searches and articles that talk about it. And I can even probably go find a book about it if I wanted to. Like, Portland, downtown Portland, there's this very huge, and, well, not very huge, but it's a pretty big bookstore called Pal's Books. And they have a plethora of different types of books for all sorts of genres. And, if someone really wanted to, go learn some shit, they can go there and read a book or whatever, or buy one and then read it. And I've bought some books there too. Like, I've bought a few books on the Vikings there. I've bought a few books on I bought one book, it's a history book on this or a biography on this Czech pilot who was a bomber for the RAF during World War II, and he had a co-pilot who was actually a dog. So he had his pet dog who flew with him on missions, and and I think the story is about his survival along with a lot of his sorties, and where he also I think he crash landed, and part of it is in that story, but I'm really not 100% sure. I've only read for part of it, but that's one book I want to definitely read on my spare time. Oh, another book I've read entirely through because it's very short is Wars of Racket. That one's not a long book, but it's very insightful too, and pretty, eye-opening, but like kind of a duh type of book. But yeah, I mean, there's like, they're not like, you definitely want to take books with a grain of salt though, for sure. But they're always a great source of getting a perspective on a side and pretty good good thorough detail. Not in like, I wouldn't say vivid, but thorough detail on certain things, depending on the author. Sometimes the author is pretty terrible, and it's just like, they're just like meh. I recommended that to you. But yeah, I got it shortly after he recommended it to me because I knew there was because I was going through a moment where I was buying a chunk of books, and that was one thing I wanted to check out since he recommended it. Oh, just one thing I missed here. If it wasn't for the Islamic Golden Age, America wouldn't be a thing. Yeah, I want it. Yeah, I don't know all the factors due to the Islamic Golden Age, but I know they were very. But during the Islamic Golden Age, our knowledge on mathematics and our knowledge on astronomy and cosmology was advanced like tenfold, essentially. Like they were very strong with. They were very. Surprisingly, the Islamic Golden Age was very strong for the sciences. Surprisingly, it was not like a lot of sciences, but the basic sciences that we know of, like astronomy, mathematics, just the basic things that we can that even people back then could also understand, but also expand on as well. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if if that didn't happen, it wouldn't have been a thing. Do you order them through the mail? Sometimes I buy them on eBay. Sometimes, that's my main source. I either go to bookstores or I order them online, like on eBay or something, which are pretty cheap online actually. A lot of books that I get at bookstores are between like $15 to $30, and that's like a little my budget. But online, I can find a lot of books for about $5 to $20. So I generally order online more, but if I can't find something particular, I will go to a bookstore. But I mean, I'll also go to a bookstore too. I use Amazon. My dad has Amazon Prime. Yeah, my mom does too, but I just haven't really used Amazon. I've just never gotten around to doing that. I'm just like, eh. Like, plus I just hear about all the poor horrible shit that happens with Amazon. I'm like, oh God, why would I use anything from them if that's the case? But I guess it does. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter either way with eBay too. So it's just like either help one piece of shit, mass conglomerate, or help another piece of shit mass conglomerate. It's like, pick your poison, Amazon or Walmart, basically. It's like that type of argument. Would you rather go do your binge cheap-ass shopping at Walmart, or would you rather do your binge cheap-ass shopping on Amazon and plus do that online and have it within a day or two, plus the same day, depending on if there's a warehouse near you? So it's just like, it's like, what can you do? Either way, you're complicit in this system, aren't you? Curly, you crazy little brick. Aww, so pretty. Just like, I want my food now. Jeff Bezos. Yeah. Amazon literally did not even pay any taxes. Like literally. I don't even think they paid a penny. So, yeah, that's just great. That's just great. It literally should be like the exact polar opposite. Like if like low-key, if I had my way, they would literally like not have a profit. I would just be like, you don't get the concept of a profit. That will not be within your. That will not be your thing. It will only come through via the tax. The tax. Oh. Ignar Nagna. Damn. Never gonna be let up. But that's fine.
The internet also plays a role. Video recording techniques, laser and optical transmission of broadcast. All this stuff makes it possible for a penetration of the mind. And what it does, it shows you it would have been inconceivable just a few years ago. And so how is it that we're seeing all this evil happen at once? It's because of the fact that they're using strategic,
show me your bomb.
Strategic context in what they're doing.
It is the chamber of the eye of woe. See y'all seeing eye? Or did you buy it? I bought it right down the street actually, or right down the hill more specifically, and it's just this little shop. It's just like a little convenient shop. Like it's your like if you like your standard like little family ran convenience store. It's like one of those, but expanded to also have like a bunch of tobacco shit and pipes and stuff like that too. So it's one of those basically. And generally they're ran by like a minority like Koreans or Vietnamese or something like that, or Hispanics or even like or some random obscure like ethnic culture like Nepalese or Tibetans or some shit. Like I think the people that run it are Koreans, but they're actually pretty cool. I go there pretty often, not just for paraphernalia purposes, but just for snacks and stuff, and they're pretty cool people. Him and I think the owner. I think the guy's the owner. There's different people, but it's the old. But he's the. There's like a younger guy, and then there's like a semi-aged, middle-aged dude, and then there's like an older guy. But he's not really that old. He's like probably like 40-something. If I had to take a guess, probably more realistic, like 50. But him and I have actually had talks about like politics of like the East and stuff, about like what China and what's going on in Korea and stuff like that, which is like it's really cool to hear his perspective because he listens to a lot of that news. Like I see him reading a Korean newspaper, and obviously they're probably going to be talking about Korean and Asian politics. So he has his perspective. He has more of a educated perspective on that issue than I would. So hearing a lot of like I couldn't even say like what particular issue, but like generalized to like he's mentioned that China has been doing a lot of militaristic type expansion. Like I know there has been mentions of China making man-made islands and stuff meant for like military strategic positions in the South China Sea and stuff like that. I think him and I have talked about that a little bit because they want they do want that political and geopolitical control of the region, which it makes sense, especially with Taiwan there and the Koreas and competition within other nations like Japan and shit. Like it does kind of make sense. So it's dude's pretty cool dude. A lot of convenient stores here smell smoking pipes, cheap shitty bowls and bongs. Yeah, like where he orders all of his pieces, one of my friends asked him, they just order it online, they'll order it from like some standard smoke shop online. I don't know specifically which, but if you were to like look up like bong online or for sale online or whatever, it'll probably be one of those standard shops or whatever, and they buy them in bulk. And yeah, so I could have probably just potentially bought this online, maybe for cheaper. I have no idea. I think I spent like $60 on this. I don't even remember. It's been a while. It's been so wild that the top of the neck is gone. I mean, this still works. I mean, so I haven't really found the necessity to just go out of my way to buy another one. I mean, I could. I probably should, honestly, but I don't need to. So, I mean, I'm always looking around. If there's something that catches my eye, I'll probably go back and get it. But nothing has really caught my eye particularly per se. And if something has, I want to check it out and be like, is there anything now out of the ordinary about this that I should probably be, worried about? Like, if it's poorly made, like, they just made it very poorly. Like, the perk isn't made totally correctly, or it's just, out of whack, or the glass is just very thin and brittle, or there's already a crack in it, shit like that. I like bowls. I do too. I personally like bongs myself. That's why I like bowls. I do pipes occasionally. Bandit, you thief.
Anti-Semitic dog whistling. This is what they're doing to you. This is what they're doing to all of us. And this is a form of magic. It's a form of conjuring. It's a form of weaponizing words, strategic context. So when the media...
He's looking directly at the food.
Trump is basically...
Oh, hey boy. Hey pretty boy.
The enemy of the people. I don't know if you understand what that means.
He's just not comfortable. He's just like, I want the food.
And send them out to everyone in strategic
Ow.
context.
Yeah. Yeah, you're being a little bandit. Which is why that's your name, boy. Because you're trying to jack the food.
I know I sound crazy. But look around here.
There you go.
And if you look around, you understand.
I got him calm down now.
So crazy.
No, he's just doing that for deceiving. Diversionary. Diversionary. No. Oh my good lord. Yeah, come on, dude. No.
Come on. You probably haven't eaten your food.
He's just no shame. No. You don't just get to just like jack another cat's food, especially if you.
Yeah.
Man, I have to deal with cat drama. The drama of cats, dude. There you go. Go eat your food, dog. Yeah. Oh. Bandit. Oh my god. Curly's like, I'm gonna now eat where I can at least look at you. Yeah, that's right. Go away.
FM News 101 KXL.
Oh, punk.
You're probably like me and haven't changed your insurance in years because it's easy to just stay
Oh, a little goofball.
out of sight and out of mind, as they say. You may not
Totally-
be getting the best deal possible as rates seem to rise year to year. Don't wait until your
He's
renewal
been what?
comes in the mail to get a
Nutty
quote
for
for your
the
home
last
and
couple
auto
hours.
insurance.
What's he been doing?
Oh, he's just going nuts, playing with everything.
I think he found catnip, maybe. Maybe he found a mushroom? Maybe he found a mushroom outside. Maybe he found a mushroom outside and he's like, whoa! Shroom! Well, they definitely do have them in Tillamook Forest.
Yeah, in Oregon, not
Here. Yeah. There was mushrooms in Iceland, and, if I knew at least which ones were psychedelic and how to look out for them, I would, totally would have been like, I'm in the enchanted forest in Iceland, and there's mushrooms here. Be like that curious Viking that's like,
you just want to know if they're good or not.
well, yeah. I don't know if any mushroom there is good, which I'm sure. I mean,
Well, I mean, as far as, because lots of them are good, which means they get a buzz, but then there's lots of, like the ones in Montana.
that are poisonous that will kill you. Yeah, or
They
yeah.
won't kill, well, unless you eat a whole bunch, but they will make you sick.
Imagine what it would be like to do mushrooms in the enchanted forests of Iceland. That's not mean, dude. Just be like that curious Viking that's like,
Although it's different, most of them are, like the condensed.
oh, it tastes horrible, but Whoa, I've seen shit.
Growing out of the coppice. Growing out of coppice.
Yeah. Oh. I definitely want to learn about which about mushrooms more.
Because I found some in Hawaii.
Yeah, I definitely, because I want to learn more about them so I can, like, figure it out.
I found them in Montana, but I never ate them because you know they're priceless.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, any psychedelic mushroom's technically poison. I mean, psilocybin's also, I mean, technically considered a poison, essentially. Yeah. Oh my god. Can you just, like, learn, bro?
But there's two kinds. The other kind you have to know how to identify because they'll be growing out of logs and other stuff.
Yeah.
But the cubensis are easy. They're growing out of cow pools usually. Cow pastures.
Yeah.
Strange land and you want mushrooms. So I didn't know why. I think I walked through this pasture up to the jungle.
You're like, bro. He's just
I
like,
finally found like 2 little teeny baby sperms.
huh.
Wasn't really enough to do much, so I did have a short nutrients for kind of rush buds. Then started looking all squirrely and
Then just got chilled.
you know,
Damn. So they had like some minor visual effects, but that was about
a
it.
much better move.
Oh, yeah.
15 minutes, half hour or so.
Oh, you just got the softest little mitts, dude.
You. I was like, nah, I don't want to do these in Hawaii.
Joe.
You know, with mom and
I know.
dad, I did another tropical
The Joe kitty.
place.
Spiritual darkness and definitely evil in the world.
He's just like, why am I put in this poor, horrible situation?
Also, an increase in goodness from people, and that I think there's a battleground going on.
Gotta write, hold up.
Good and evil.
Readjust here.
Fighting it out. And, the scriptures tell us
Hold
that
up. I'll definitely win him over. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm winning him a little bit. Oh, am I not? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's knocked out a little bit. That a boy. Sweet little thing. Oh, no. As soon as I stopped, he's like, alright.
Old goof. Where was the time we sold our
You ain't gonna
soul?
eat that food, though.
I mean, we have sold our soul. There's no doubt that
You ain't gonna
there
eat
are
the
a number
food.
of people that have sold their souls.
Hey.
And they don't care anymore.
Yeah, don't eat my weed.
They
No, don't go over there.
You
Don't eat the weed.
People
Don't eat the
people,
weed.
it's how they treat
Eat
other
my weed,
people,
I can
what they
smoke
say
a
to other
catnip.
people. How
Yeah,
they,
I'll smoke
you
a
know,
catnip, bro. I'll see if I can get high off your shit if you think you can get high off mine. Oh man, I'm gone laying down. I got him totally distracted from the fact there was food over there. He's just over here now, chilling. Victory. Victory. That's how you win a cat. That's how you win him over. Just gotta knock him down. Take him down a notch or two. Put him in their place. Now he becomes my little lap kitty.
We brought up the Collins family now. There are plenty of other bloodlines that we need to look at.
That, my friends, is how you get pussy on the lap. Sometime and living's easy.
Bloodlines that certainly have the powers. We talked about the Collins.
Some minutes.
And how they originally were the Druids and the
Huh?
Serpents, and they were the ones that
What about
controlled
for a
this
little
type
bit?
of thing. I don't know if they still are in power. We talked about the Collins.
Oh yeah, because it's raining.
About these non-human entities.
Yeah, if I put him outside, he'll eventually become wet.
We talked about every demon under the sun that could be involved in people divisions they're
Good
having.
boy.
So, I mean, it's
Yeah,
important.
I'll aim it down a little so you can see this little deprived little thing. Oh no, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my god, you deceiver. Excuse me. You really, like, what are you, like, no. Like, just no. Like, eat this instead.
They openly admit too that they need the blood of the young to stay alive, so they're making a business.
Right here. Yeah, see? There you go. Well, he's eating it anyway, so hey, I got him distracted from the actual food. It's like more food.
Soon that'll be accepted. The idea, oh, pedophilia, it's just another, lifestyle.
Well, now he's totally distracted. He doesn't even know what he wants.
You know, I used to laugh when people said that.
Oh my god.
I'm not so sure.
I give up. I don't even care. He has one. I tried. I made a major minor victory, but then it was indecisive. And I just sits there like a gluttonous little pig. Look at him. Look at him over there. Oh, you can't. You can see a donut. Oh, no, no. That was just totally. Now he's going outside. He's lost his privilege to be inside for tonight. He's like, you get to sit outside now. Stoners. He'll be back. Yep. Yep. Got just a stream full of stoners, a chat full of stoners. The cat's even a fucking stoner. Like, that's everything.
But when it comes to insurance, the more you know, the better. Like knowing Geico is the second largest auto insurer in the country. Plus, they've been around for over 75 years and have a 97% customer satisfaction rating.
I only floss my teeth twice a year when the dentist does it for me.
Again,
Boom.
not really needed.
No.
Knowing Geico offers more than
What?
insurance is important. Like motorcycle, RV, and home insurance. And the Geico
I love those
offers
absurd, like,
insure your home
commercials. They're just great.
Sometimes I act like I'm texting someone, but I'm really just taking a bunch of selfies.
and not needed. But you should know local agents in your area could help you find even more savings with Geico. Like
So,
federal discounts. And Geico offers
when you're
emergency
texting, you're doing this?
Switching insurance is an important decision. You can never know too much about it. So Portland, contact Geico online, over the phone, or at your local office for all the information.
Like, is that what you're doing?
Guys, Vanport Rigging has all the rigging supplies you need.
Did I get high the first time I smoked?
Stop wasting your time in Portland and actually drive.
No, I didn't actually. It took me a couple times.
Lift, pull, or drag.
I think it was the third time or fourth time I smoked, which was a while after I did it the first time. I think that was when I actually was like gotten high for the first time. So, it took a little, you know, it didn't hit me right at first. Do a spliffable. Well, convenient for you. I'm actually in the process of loading one right now.
I say this is going to be a battle.
Stay connected to FM News 101 KXL.
CBS News update. The funerals are about to start in Pittsburgh. For the rest of the week, there will be
Ignar nearly got arrested.
victims of the anti-Semitic synagogue.
Yeah, it was my 18th birthday and I nearly got arrested because I trespassed on a bridge somehow. I trespassed on a bridge that people go kill themselves on.
And I really look forward to going.
Damn.
I didn't want to disrupt any more than they already had disruption.
NICU synagogue massacre.
What?
Gunman Robert Bowers faces
I don't want to disrupt these people anymore. They've already had disruption. Like, what does that even mean?
Slaughter at the synagogue. The man
I literally don't even know what that means. Like,
shackled and in a wheelchair. He was formally charged.
he worded that so weirdly. Why did you word it like that?
Deadliest attack on Jews in U.S. history. Bowers was surrounded by U.S. Marshals.
Why did he, like, word that like that? Oh my god.
Charges against him.
Our president just, God. Oh. Ugh.
Breaking news, traffic and weather station.
Irritating.
101, Portland's most traffic right here, 24/7. It's a service of Dr.
If I do, I normally would
Chiropractic Clinic.
do American Spirit, like the roll your own shit, like the bag of it. But I unfortunately am out of that bag, so I'm debating if I want to get in that one or try to hold off for a while. So I think I'll make that decision tomorrow too, but probably gonna try to at least hold off for a little bit. But right now, I'm using like in halfy or half-C, and it's terrible. it's terrible. It's just like it's like man, it's like it's just like it's just like I just want to make like if you could imagine like doing something to a puppy that just makes it feel miserable and pathetic and painful and like wants to die inside, and imagine the sounds it makes like that, and then the face it makes like I mean that's just basically me, like partially. It's like I know it's not gonna hit bad, but it's not gonna be good either. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like it's like It's not gonna be that good, but it's still at least, you know, it's just like, yeah.
Energy economy, managed by an independent board of experts in science, business, and health. That's why it's endorsed by the American Lung Association.
I tire of these political ads a little bit.
Don't be fooled by big oil. Get the facts at yeson1631.org. 1631. It means a healthier future.
I want to see who sponsors it. I want to hear.
Paid for by Clean Air, Clean Energy Washington. Top 5 contributors: the Nature Conservancy, Craig McKibben, League of Conservation Voters, Sarah Martin, Chris Stolte.
Oh, okay, so they're all environmental. Okay, last time I heard it, I thought there was like a conservative sponsorship in there. I'm like, what? But nah, there was not one. I was just like, hold on, I want to make sure I heard this right. But by the way, if you need a divorce, you can call that 1-800-DIVORCE. If you want to get a little extra money and not get exploited by the system. And yeah, there you go. Protect your rights. It's just like, oh boy, it's just like, oh. It's just like, oh.
Custody and child support cases. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Get your phone questions answered at no charge. That's 1-800-DIVORCE. Located at 111 Southwest Columbia in Portland.
It's been a beautiful summer here in the Northwest. You may not think much about your crawl space till something goes wrong, like flooding. Don't wait. You might be amazed, like I was, to find decomposing rats, poor insulation, and water intrusion in your crawl space right now. I'm so thankful we also found Crawl Pros and owner Richard Herring. Lars here. I'm telling you, Crawl Pros is a company that's flipping the industry upside down with the way they treat homeowners. From start to finish, they're incredibly detailed.
Like, that hit good, but it was just like, oh. This is like, eh.
Richard says the goal is for every homeowner to never have to worry about their crawl space
Coop
or
up.
attic again.
I ain't got none of that shit.
They leave the space, and it only takes one day.
Chunk Cougar.
Crawl Pros has the
Cenk
best
Uygur.
in the crawl space industry. It's a
There's one thing I will
and I know you're gonna love them too. Make
give
sure
one
you're
thing
doing
on.
the real
This
Crawl
discussion
Pros.
with Tucker Carlson on political actually wasn't really terrible because
Evaluation, and they're perfect
Tucker
guarantees.
Carlson wasn't
That's
terrible, really.
crawlpros.com.
It was just like, huh. Still, a lot of what you say is dumb shit. But it's just like, huh. You're a lot more open as a person. It's weird. It was weird. But I still think that Kyle was like, of course, the Kyle driver of the whole thing. Fuck TYT, fuck Cenk Uygur. Chunk Uygur. Yeah, I'm not a fan of TYT. I don't really watch him anymore. There's some people within TYT that I have, like, a respect for, you know? Like, I like John Iadora. He's alright. Like, I like a lot of his, like, when he talks about the environmental issues. I like when he talks a lot about that. He has a few documentaries, actually, in the Arctic, I think, because he made a few things out there. And I haven't seen them yet, but I really want to check them out. And I forgot the name of them. But I'll have to. I know TOAT probably has it on their site somewhere, so I'll probably check it out there. But I mean, every now and I also there's after the debate with Hassan Piker, and I also saw like the post debate that he had with Destiny, because I follow Destiny on YouTube too, and I watched some of his debates, and I actually kind of have a little bit more of a respect for Piker now, but I still don't really care for him because of his verbiage. Really, it's just like the way he tries to explain things and how he's really wordy and not very. And tries to be detailed, but it's not super detailed at the same time. It's like, And also just the way he looks and his personality is like, I mean, but, you know, his heart's in the right place. So, you know, I have a little bit of respect for the guy. And Jimmy Dore, of course, I have a pretty big respect for. Still don't agree with everything he says. But, you know, he's still someone I find respectable. And then... I think there's like one or two other. Emma Vigeland, she does pretty good investigative work on the journalist, investigative journalism aspect of things, and I think there was one other. Ryan Grimm, I think, because he I don't know if they laid him off or not, because I know TYT's been doing that shit. But yeah, but if he's still on there, he would also be someone else as well that I have respect for, because both Ryan Grimm and Emma Vigeland are really good at when it comes to investigative journalism, and kind of holding at least, like when Emma Vigeland goes to these Trump rallies and interviews the Trump supporters, it really is just like she doesn't have to do much. She just kind of it's the Trump supporters exposes them for themselves essentially. At least these a lot of these different people at the rallies. So I mean, to be on her part, she doesn't have to do much besides just ask like 2 questions to these people, and they just go on tirade about something, or just keep it simple. What do you think about Roman Millennial? I actually didn't know much about her until Politicon, and as far as I know, she's a conservative leaning YouTuber. That's about as much as I know. So I might as well, just to see who the person is, get an idea of the person, check out Romy Millennial. So I think I'll do that tomorrow while I'm either doing like not my Q&A stream, but I think like a stream after that. Like I'll be like, all right, come back in 30 minutes. I won't be doing a Q&A stream. I'll just be chilling. Then we can talk. but yeah, I'll see. I'll just see what we got planned for Tuesday. But I'll check out Roman Millennial at some point between now and then for sure. Because yeah, I don't know much about the person. I guess she's kind of a prominent conservative leading YouTuber, so I don't know. See what this person's about. I guess that's what I have to think about the person. What are you about? That's what I think. I don't know about you. Besides just what I've heard, conservative leading YouTuber, kind of prominent, was on a panel or 2 at Politicon. That's all I really know. And was on one with Kyle, and I don't really remember much of what she was saying in the debate, or at least in the panel. Not really debate. The panels weren't really debates, but yeah, I'll just have to check out some of her shit. I just don't really have much of an opinion. No. No, that was ridiculous. No, I actually haven't lately, but okay. But yeah, no, I have not used Rex lately. No.
The biggest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world that he didn't exist, and that's the whole point. Is the biggest trick the government is pulling is to convince the people that we're not in a civil war. The biggest trick the government's pulling is that everything's going to be okay.
I know. One thing I haven't checked out yet was the Sam Cedar and Charlie Kirk debate, and I heard that was a lot better and of debate at Politicon. So that's something I'm going to want to check out at some point, because I really want to do another part 2 of Politicon on ignorism. So I'm gonna really do that. I'm pushing that this week before it becomes too out of the void. I mean, I think it's already been 1 week, so it's just like, send it to you in the mail. No, it's mine. It's like, how much is it? Like $100 over there on their website? Sam Cedar. Yeah, I don't, I've always had like a really mixed opinion on him, because him and his spat with Jimmy Dore is really kind of just like stupidly divisive, because if you really like look at what they believe in on the issues, they believe on a lot of things, they they agree on like a lot of different issues. So it's just like, why are you guys fucking like fighting over this like few meagerly little dumb shit things? Like, to me that's just like kind of stupid, and I find that to be kind of immature. I don't really like his co-host Michael, whatever his name is, Mike something. There's been a few segments I've seen of his that I'm just like, oh my god, you're pretentious and stupid. But Cedar himself, like, there's been a few things I'm like, I loved some of his things, but there's also been other things where I'm just like, why? Or I can just tell it's just like, oh my god, it's really pretentious. But I don't know. I'm kind of a mixed feelings guy on him, but I haven't watched him in a while, so I'll have to check him out and just probably would have a different opinion now. Why watch these boring political posts when you can stick your face in?
Yeah, they don't talk about them. They don't talk about any
What?
major families who run some of the things.
Watch Ben Shapiro.
Now, there are dog whistles there for
Well, Ben Shapiro is just so. Oh my god! Like I would go on like a mental berserk tirade forever. I would go on like a break. I would like be on like a perma break on that shit, and it would just like, oh my god, it would just be bad. It's just so I can only handle so much of that measly, squirmy little bastard. So much I can handle, so much, and also I found out what the new Brazilian president / dictator looks like. And he literally looks like Ben Shapiro if he's like 75. And it's just like, oh my god. Oh my god, we found old Ben Shapiro. We found like a aged Ben Shapiro. It's just like, oh god, this is terrible. And that guy is just a terrifying, scary thought of a human being as it is. Like, oh my god. I don't even know where to start with that dude, honestly. Like, the guy literally wants to do like a coup and like overthrow Congress and shut it down within like a day, and I don't know if he's done that yet. Knowing him and his personality, probably did. And I'm scared to know what Brazil's about to go through. It's kind of terrifying. Like Brazil had like what we had in 2016, but literally worse. Literally worse. Like 5 times worse and 10 times worse. It's just worse. It's just worse. It's just like, no. Brazil, what happened? What'd you do? Why?
A witches group doing this to Kavanaugh is going to harm the children and the people. What happens after the hex is
We need Bisuku.
A
Bisuku. Hold on. You need to add on to that. You need to do the fully automated gay Zuku agenda with Agenda 21 with making sure that all the frogs are turned gay with the chemicals, and that we make sure everyone is in the FEMA camps, and that President Trump becomes our new God Emperor-in-Chief, and all of his tweets will now become official policy. Like, we need to do the official coup, guys. Like, that's the official coup. Like, come on now. What are you waiting for? Take up your arms and do the coup. Destroy them, globalists.
System based on the supremacy of God.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, yes. The left hate God. So they hate the whole court system and due process.
Oh, there are a lot more people that hate God than just the left, trust me. There are. I mean, that's the thing. It's so easy to blame it on the left. But, you know, the problem is that while the left are doing all kinds of horrible things, which I agree they're doing horrible things, there's a response that can be just as horrible. And that's the thing. It's the call and response. I talked about that the other night. The call and the response. The call and the response.
I can at least thank Clyde enough for saying it's so easy to blame the left and then talk about other issues.
But it's all based on the mythologies and the beliefs. And this is what we're responding to. And it's something that's basic, it's something that's there, it's something that's real. And I can see it, and I can point it out, I can talk about it on a
Your kids are away.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no.
I think anybody's ready for that anymore. I think they just want to hear what the media has to tell them. They want to watch people like Stephen Colbert, or they want to watch Jimmy Fallon, or they want to watch these other guys comment in some liberal.
There's at least 2 niggas dealing at any time, wheeling and dealing behind the restaurant.
It's all a bunch of hymns, it's all a bunch of weaponizing words.
What?
Context. That's what.
Supposedly, there's some dude that chills behind our Safeway and smokes weed like all day there.
Really?
Supposedly, I don't go back there to check, but because he doesn't really do anything, and he usually just comes back in and shops and grabs like a few munchies and leaves, because essentially the guy's just harmless. No one really does anything about him. So he's just kind of the stoner that chills behind the Safeway and gets munchies every now and then. I think I might have seen him around, but I really because I don't know if it's the guy, but there is a dude that comes in every now and then who looks blazed as all get out, like blitzed out of his mind, and does get some food, and usually gets a pretty good amount of food, and it's just like, all right, damn, munching out, hardcore. So,
this is where we're going wrong.
yeah, I don't know if it's the guy. I don't even, like, but if it is, I definitely will have to check out that dude. Be like, hey, what's up? Hey, I could hook you up. I could be like, I could hook you up if you hook me up. You know what I'm saying? Just be hush hush.
Can I afford a bigger home?
But
what's the best way to save for that next big vacation? Or is there enough?
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's just like,
hey, it's Cooper Banks, and
you know, it's just like, you know, at this point, even in, you know, like I said, even in these illegal states, people are just getting desensitized, and it's becoming normalized, marijuana. I mean, especially for your work, they seem like they don't care. And if anything, they like low key or like hush hush. Like if you want to, go right ahead. Like encourage it, type of thing. In high school, it's so fun to smoke in class. I don't even know how you could. You know, I found out that one of my friends did that in a class, and I'm just like, how in the fuck do you guys get away with that? I'm actually like curious. How do you get away with smoking weed in class? Like, shit's so stinky. Like how? Because there's this one class that I had with one of my friends. It was an English class, and the teacher also smoked weed too. He actually had a medical reason too. He only has one testicle. He had testicular cancer in one of his nuts, so he had to get it surgically removed, and now he can smoke weed legally. Like he's allowed. He's like he needs to, basically. And the school can't do shit. So the guy can like go off campus on his lunch break, smoke some weed, and come back. And like now that I think about it, there's definitely times where I've been in class with him where he's definitely been high. I could tell. And now that I you know smoke weed, I can tell what teacher smoked and who didn't, or at least was a lot more open with it. Because then the whole class smells, but the teacher doesn't know who did it. Yeah, that's true. I do have this funny story. This is back when I was not on the marijuanas. I think I might have told this story. This is actually when I was against it, funny enough. This is my freshman year, so I was in a math class, and we were doing these, like, you know, like learning about new math problems or whatever, just learning new unit and shit. And I don't even know specifically what, but there's this one kid who was always just slacking and always just, you know, not really starting shit or whatever, but just always, you know, kind of trying to distract other kids essentially from their work and shit. It's not like any other kid in freshman year in math class was distracted, hanging out, not doing the actual work. I mean, to be fair, I was slacking and not giving a shit either, and sleeping most of the time. But at one point, he tried to, he had a bag of weed with him once. And it's like, hey, you want this? He had it, like, just in his crotch, like, you know, like, right here. And he was like, hey, you want this weed here? And I'm just like, no, dude, no. I'm just like, I don't touch that, no. I'm just like, at this day of my age, I'm just like, no. But essentially, he was just trying to pawn it off me, and like he was just giving it away to me essentially. And I think he was just trying to fuck me over, and I think he was gonna like be like, hey, this kid has weed on him, and be like, what? No, I don't. Or be like, what? That kid gave it to me. Who told you about it? And then he's probably gonna all deny. Like I kind of figured out he had a plan on him. Anyway, so I was just like, no. But and then funny enough, afterwards, after class, he's hanging around a bunch of lockers, smoking weed with a bunch of the same friends, right next to a teacher who was just looking around, you know, just doing her own thing. And I'm just like, oh my god, this teacher really doesn't know. And then douchebag me, asshole snitch me, goes to one of them after class is dealt with and over with or whatever. And I'm just like, hey, this kid tried to pawn weed off me, and I think he has this locker over here or whatever. She was like, show me. She just looked at me and she was like, show me. And I'm just like, all right. I'm just like, okay, oh damn. I'm just like, she just like got on her A game. She just like inside became so excited to just be like, all right, we're taking some shit down. I'm like, oh god, whoa. I'm like, whoa, I didn't need to go that deep. I just want to be like, you know, like like, don't smoke in the fucking hall, dude. Like, that was just like me at the time. Like, I could, like, even I think then I didn't really care that he had the weed. It was just like, dude, you're just being so stupid with it. I guess that was like more my mentality. And then I like pointed out the locker, or at least like which one I think it was. They didn't find anything, but they're like, I think we know which one has it, so we'll look around and stay around this, and they eventually like caught the dude and suspended him for like a month or some shit. I don't even know what they did, but it's just like that's just a very shitty story of me. So roast time. I can hear that. I can see that coming into a bag or sploof. Or when the teacher's not looking. Every day at school, I'd smoke up backstage areas at alternate. Snitch on? Remember, this is the time when I was not pro marijuana. This is around the time when I was an indoctrinated little freshman, little closeted little kid, but like who was also partially rebelling, but at the same time wasn't. Like, this is like high school me, who I was like confused as fuck, still trying to understand who I was and shit. Like, you gotta understand the context of the story. Nowadays, I'd probably be like, yo, meet me here at this time, and we'll be like, hey, we'll sort this shit out. I'll be like, that would be me now. I'll be like, hold on, hush hush now. But we'll talk about this later. Meet me like at your locker or whatever. And then I would be like, all right, hey, we'll meet at this time. We'll deal with the shit there. And yeah, just bring spare baggie so I can have it and be like, do that shit. Like, that would be me now. I wouldn't be a snitching piece of shit then. This is when Ignore was still closeted by. Yep, basically. Like, that was actually true. Like, it was more like curiosity at that point, but I was like still partially in denial. But I didn't really like. I think like the full coming out was probably
Good job, partner.
senior year, or maybe just right before then. It was either like just at the end of junior year or right at the start of senior year. I don't remember which. It was around that time frame. If you snitched on me for it, dog, I ain't gonna snitch. I ain't no snitcher. I don't snitch for shit. If you snitch on me for weed, I would take you out behind the gym. Don't worry, I ain't gonna snitch on you for weed. Like,
She give him pounds.
why? If he gave me a pound, I'm definitely not snitching. If anything, I got him in my debt.
Really?
Or I'm in his debt, I meant to say. Unless I gave him a pound, then it's like, you're in my debt, you know that, right? Like, you gotta, like, do at least something for me, that will at least, make up for at least, the gratitude I gave for giving you this.
Really? That's it, pound.
Right? Is there, like, oh, I thought I saw something weird in there, but I guess just the shine of the grinder.
Yeah, I did.
Why did you sell your soul to the devil?
Well, I was a little kid. I was the scrawniest one in the bunch. Always getting picked on, always getting bullied. Had no way of defending myself, so he gave me a way of defending myself. I was trained up how to utilize wrath and malice as tool.
So you have an insight with the devil, you're telling me?
Insight? No, nobody has insight into the devil. But I have, and I can see.
This is kind of an amusing, interesting phone call.
Really?
The hatred, the malice. Right now, we're not seeing anything. It gets much darker, much deeper. And
sounds more like he's just like taking on an embrace of the hatred in the world type of philosophy. This is like nihilism at like. This is like this is like a like sadistic nihilism, if anything. Embrace the hate. Message redacted. Damn, I didn't see that. I don't even know what you said.
Yeah, it can. It can.
Wow.
Wake up. Wake up to the reality of it, and yes, you can.
I hope that's the case, man, because I always thought that, once you sell your soul to the devil, he has dibs. Guess not. I guess if you sell your soul to the devil, you can always give it back to Jesus. Right?
Where'd that little thing go?
Back tomorrow. Good night.
Come on. We're not good at keeping track of these stupid things. Oh, I see it. It was just on that little tray. I'm not good at keeping track of this thing. It's just a tap away.
Partner.
It's being
Yeah,
you should go sit. So sit. Right? Especially if you're dealing with a
Will you
lot
be
of
my
acres.
No.
You got some serious ground
I
to cover, and that calls for serious
I'm
equipment.
the one who asks that question.
County Lawn and Tractor have the John Deere equipment to get your
I
chores
asked that
done
question.
without overworking yourself. They've been serving Clark County homeowners and large property owners for the
Well,
last
you.
27 years. They are the experts for your small ag or commercial equipment needs. Parts.
Here, I got a little handkerchief for you already.
They do it all.
More, well, that's just a very shitty rag, but I'll make one for you. How about that? And it'll be pink to just humiliate you and just dehumanize you as a being. It's just be like a total sadist about
With
it.
all your lawn, garden, and farm equipment needs, including John Deere equipment. At cclawnandtractor.com. It's cclawnandtractor.com.
Yes. You're just like, yes. Do it. Oh no. I'm concerned. I'm worried now. This is taking an interesting turn I don't like.
It's midnight.
It's midnight. It's midnight.
Mutual Insurance. I'm Tom Fody. A court appearance for the accused synagogue killer and a pending.
Oh, that guy was actually still alive?
Those the latest developments.
I thought he would have. I thought he probably killed himself in the
The
synagogue.
most deadly attack on the Jewish community in U.S. history. 11 people.
Wait, wait, really? This was the worst one?
Wow,
Wow, this was the worst attack on the Jewish community in U.S. history. I didn't know that. I thought it would have been a worse one.
He was not ready. Anything but the charges against him. That's good. Hearing lasted less than 10 minutes, and they sent him on his way.
In York, Pennsylvania, Monday evening, a rally against hate. Pennsylvania's governor, Tom President Trump plans to visit survivors during the day and first responders to offer his sympathy, but not without some controversy.
The president's trip to Pittsburgh is something that local leaders didn't want to talk about. Mayor Bill Canuto and Allegheny County Executive Rich Fitzgerald, who incidentally lives around the corner from the Tree of Life Synagogue, told me that they would leave it to the families of the victims to decide if Mr. Trump should come. And while some progressive Jewish leaders called on the president to stay away, Tree of Life Rabbi Jeffrey Meyer says he welcomes Mr. Trump's visit. Bill Raycom, CBS News, Pittsburgh.
And also in court Monday was Caesar Sayak. He's the man suspected of dealing racketeering with critics of President
Meow.
That was in Miami, even as another suspicious device turned up in Atlanta.
No fingers in anything like that. I don't need that. We don't need anything like that. No.
They were found in his white van. Sayak had the list of more than 100 people, media types, and left-leaning politicians. The FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force is now notifying the people who are on the list.
Immigration issues are considered the president's current role in re-election political rallies. And in fact, the so-called migrant terror has turned up in the histories of both Obama and the synagogue slaughter suspects. The Pentagon said the courtrooms to the southwest border were internal. Colonel Shamus in U.S. Northern Command.
By the end of this week, we will deploy 5,200 soldiers to the southwest border.
The migrants the president wants kept out of the U.S. are about 400 miles away. Off the coast of the Indonesian capital of Jakarta, a search goes on for victims of the Lion Air plane crash. It is believed to have killed all 189 people aboard. Pretty small earthquake around the North Island of New Zealand, but no early damage or
Damn.
early damage or
No, but-
This is CBS News.
I did say that would happen. But just not with me. But
I'm Dave King. Stormy weather in Marion County with
we'll have to do, like we would have to do like what Paul did earlier. Like have to just like look at everyone and be like, all right, I'll have to rate you. But we can't do that. At least not yet. Don't have a big enough of an audience to have enough people to do that. And
There was very little damage, actually.
also,
There were a few downed trees and a toppled road sign.
I don't have an ability to do that. I just like I don't have the ability to do that yet.
Actually, to see a
But
tree knocked down.
at least I can do shit like this.
That's just a tree. The National Weather Service sent out a team to check out the damage. They say this was an E0 tornado, pretty strong, with winds between 60 and 75 miles an hour. The Blazers on the road get just 16 points from Damian Lillard.
Womp.
But Portland had 7 players in double figures.
Well,
They pulled away from the Pacers
now we're
in
at the
fourth quarter, 103-93
music
was
career
the
in my
score.
life where
The Blazers
I
improved
show
4-2
you
on the
I show you
season.
musical
They'll be in
things.
Houston tomorrow night. It's 12:04. We'll take a look at traffic and weather next on FM News 101.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance should be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty
That I
steps
like to
in.
call
Liberty
the spook.
Mutual Insurance.
It's Lars from BizNet Insurance. Take it from me. Business insurance is complicated. There is no one size fits all. It's easy to find
It's
yourself
super easy.
underinsured in one
It
area,
is just a
overinsured
power
in another.
chord
That costs you hard
on your
on one end
6th
while
fret,
leaving you vulnerable
on your
and
8th
exposed
string,
on the other. That's where my friends Kent
and
Sherpa,
your
small
9th fret.
business insurance specialists
Oh wait,
at
the
BizNet
8th fret.
Insurance come
My
in.
bad.
They'll review your insurance policy,
Of your
improve
D
your
string.
coverage, and save you money.
And then
BizNet Insurance. Find
you
them
go
at
to your
BISNETT.
9th fret
That's biznet.com and tell them Lars
at the
sent you.
final
Darren
part of your riff.
former NFL Super Bowl champion,
And
signed
this
the
is
most
the riff.
important contract of his life to serve in the Army National Guard.
You can also do different alterations where you can go
Part of the Army National Guard. Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard and the Oregon Association
you
of
can also do
Broadcasters
spins
and
and other shit.
Portland's most
Good night, man.
traffic, 24
Oh, what am I good, Mike?
Crews on the scene of a crash in Troutdale late
Aye,
tonight.
aye, aye.
84 Northwest Frontage Road off of 250.
I'll definitely have to smoke on my
On the
bar
west
here,
side
though.
right now,
So I got
landslide
this,
on
and I
Walker
need to
Boulevard.
smoke
We
it.
got reports of a crash earlier.
And then I will probably wrap it up myself.
Reports of dirt
But
on
in the
the
meantime,
highway. Right lane is blocked just past Southwest Hamilton Street. Looks like a road line southbound. Right lane is closed just past Broadway. The exit ramp to 84 is closed overnight. 84 westbound. Right lane blocked from Lloyd Boulevard down to the I-5 split. And the exit ramp on I-5 northbound will be closed until
that's actually a song that I used to know.
Looks like the left lane is blocked.
At least that particular riff.
All the way up to the Avenue Bridge. We'll see a high of 58 on Tuesday. We dry weather until Tuesday night. It looks like rainy weather for all weekend with a high of 60. I'm Matt Savino for FM News 101. 48 degrees out. FM News 101.
the show.
Honestly, this is it. This is it. I just love listening to your show.
I don't even know what it was, but man,
That's what I'm talking about.
I think it's called
Dana is on it.
Freedom is bare bones.
Nightcrawler. Well, I made it at least at the ending. Lol. Hey, well, yeah, let's see here. But man, I think it was called
Enjoy the fruits of your labor, and when you screw up, you gotta deal with it. That's
what was it
freedom.
called?
News of the day, seriously, but not much else.
I don't even remember. It was this music piece I used to do in high school. But I could probably try to do hold on, I could probably figure out a music piece I used to do. Let me try to do the marching piece I did, or at least like the main first part of it. Let me try to figure it out though.
That's James Mattis.
It was called King Cotton, which is by Jean-Philippe Sousa. That was the name of the march we always did.
With this
da,
awful
da,
tragedy
da,
that
da,
took
da.
place over the weekend. Welcome back to the show. I'm
Da,
Dana
da,
Lash. And
da,
this
da,
Nancy Lash on Twitter.
da,
Chris
da,
Dana Lash on Facebook.
Da, da, da.
This, and we're going to cover some of the latest with this, and also that the crazy bomber guy is.
Man, I'm not even gonna try to figure it out now. I'm gonna spend way too long just being silent if I tried.
We follow all of that as well, and that guy's pretty good grief.
And plus, I'm a bass. It doesn't really work as well on a bass.
And he's going to be he'll be in court, so we're going to also
Oh well, whatever.
discuss the latest with all of that. And we have just a bunch of stuff on the Brazilian election and all that stuff too. But as it concerns this massacre that took place in the Squirrel Hill neighborhood, I mean, this is just an insane. This was ridiculous. This is
Ah.
just, it's awful. all.
Nah.
What happened. And,
All right. Well,
I think
obviously, my music creativity has not made a spark into my interest at this moment. So thus, I should not try to pursue it. It's at his block at the moment. I could probably do something with that, but it's just such a basic riff that everyone will be like, bruh, it's easy. Music night? Nah. It wasn't. It was not meant to be, so I'm not going to continue to pursue that. I was originally doing it for lulz, but then and then I was actually like, all right, maybe I could try to do something, but I'm like, damn, I'm not really doing good. So I'm like, tonight's not one of those nights. So you're gonna have to like listen to music to actually kind of get into it, and right now it's just we're not. So.
And was out of town for a wedding, and when the story hit, and it was just it just.
All right, gotta fix this shit. There we go.
The
actually.
Individual, because I don't want to say his name. This guy.
Hey, this individual, I don't want to say his name. Woman up and just say it.
And some of the details that have come
That's
out
a little better.
He believed and
Lightens my face up more.
He was
Oh well.
infuriated at the administration because for some reason or another he believed that he didn't like the administration at all, and he didn't like obviously the Jewish community. And he believed that
she's really understating this
sort of like,
guy's beliefs a little bit.
Conspiracy, whatever. It just, I don't know. This just not good. Just really crazy stuff. And he had a lot. I don't know how the hell the guy had a verified account on Twitter. Did you see that? He had a blue check. How the hell are these people getting verified? This guy was verified. Good night. So this. And he said some really awful, really horrible.
Didn't really talk much about the Gab thing.
And
she's leaving out certain points about this.
I'm just looking at some of the conspiracy. I mean, I don't know how people can think like this. The guy was consumed with hatred. That's the one thing I think to take away from this. He was just absolutely
no shit.
Consumed with hatred. And
brainwashed with his dogma.
I mean, it was just
a week till midterms. I can't wait.
Led him, the fact that he
I don't know about you, but I
I
am voting.
So,
and yeah, that's about it. That's just all I gotta say. Because if anyone here can't vote, that's fine. You know, I don't begrudge y'all. Because everyone's got the reason for not voting. Whether it's just because they just simply don't want to a more sophisticated reason, to a philosophical principle, to, you know, just protests, whatever. People got their reasons. Where are your papers? They're in my room. Mostly filled out. I got a few more things I need to do. I got one measure I need to look at. It's our measure 106. I got hiccups. What the fuck? Move. Didn't work.
I don't believe that.
And then it's just voting for representative and governorship. That's it. And a few other people too. There's actually a few other offices that have multiple choices that I need to look at as well. Any cooking? Yes. Not today, but tomorrow. I'm gonna be making these. I ordered when we were at the airport at in Iceland. And before we left, we got this. Well, I guess this boo did work. I don't have it in here right now, but I ordered this flatbread tuna fish sandwich that had jalapenos and a little bit of Tabasco sauce, and it was so good. And I'm gonna make my own version of that, essentially. And it has a little bit of pesto on it too, as a layering. I'm just gonna dank out on this. I can't wait, dude. It's gonna be so good.
Using it as a weapon, completely out of place, to go after someone simply because you hate that person politically. This dude was consumed with hate. And there are a lot of people in politics that are absolutely consumed with hate, and that is the problem.
Hey, you want to know something that I can at least say about Dana right now, though? I can agree with her.
who thinks differently from them, and the fact that someone exists who thinks differently, that
Though
to them is a
I don't really
personal
care
offense.
much for the hate
It's
part,
all-
but I
people
do kind of
think that
agree
the
with what
existence
she is kind of
different
overall
thought
talking
is the
about.
same thing as the middle finger extended.
So they're going fish. Well, yeah.
They think
I
that's
got
how
2
they look
fat
at it.
things of flatbread, dog. Like, I'm gonna make a
Consumed with hate.
a super fat
And I
flatbread
don't
sandwich,
know,
and you
I
can
know
just
this
like
guy
cut off
like
your own
bigots.
little thing
They
and
absolutely
have
should.
at it. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just
I
gonna
don't
like
bigots.
cut in
I
half.
don't like
I'm taking
anti-Semites.
one half.
I
Whoever
don't
wants to
like
have the other
people
half gonna go
who
right at it.
use
I'm like, I
people's
made this is mine.
beliefs and ethnicities as a mark
But
against them.
nah.
I think
And what I'm
that
gonna do
is
is I'm
the
gonna cut them
cheapest,
into this
trashiest,
me.
most back way of thinking.
4 of us here, so I'll just cut it into
It
fourths.
really is.
There we go.
It is the laziest form of thought. It is the laziest form of thought.
What about patty melt? Ooh.
And that's
Haven't thought about it yet. But ideas are
always
sparking.
felt this
Ideas
way.
are
And this
sparking.
dude was consumed with hate.
Is there a way to brighten this bitch? This motherfucker.
Absolutely consumed with hate.
Doesn't really do much. Look at this.
That's the problem with this. This is the
Wow,
problem.
look at that. It really doesn't do much. Like, it's arm's length
I'm
away.
gonna get into some of the media
Oh,
stuff
now it
because
does
the people
something.
out there who immediately went,
So it needs to literally be like right
screaming
here
at
to actually
me
do
talking
anything?
about which I have no idea
Seriously?
how in the hell people came to that conclusion, quite
Like,
frankly.
what? Why?
They were
Why?
mad because they didn't like his expression of sympathy. They were mad at
Jeez.
something. I mean, it's awful.
Not the
Everybody's a
brightest
walking
little
YouTube
light in the
comment
bowl.
section, essentially.
I lean towards beef.
That's what Twitter,
Let
I
there
think,
be
so
lights.
social media has
Yes.
become.
You lean towards beef. I don't know, man. I'm personally starting to become a lamb guy myself. I don't know.
When he was saying that people just can't enter the country
Lamb.
and somehow they're saying that was
So good, dude. So good. I don't know. I think I'm being turned over, dude. Lamb is just amazing.
Still exist on Twitter. All of these people who were concerned about tone. Where the hell were
Lita
these people
creates
when you
the
had folks like
lights.
Andrew Cuomo, who made
Yes.
the declaration that people
I do.
who were Second Amendment or who
I want to see what this looks like in
pro-life, or
negative. You're
people
gonna have
who,
to just
you
hold
know,
up for a sec.
They had no place in New York, or where.
Oh my God! Whoa.
Bill de
This is
Blasio,
black.
similar, or
This is
Romney
blackness.
saying these people who believe in
Wow.
Christian faith,
Whoa.
or et cetera, that they have
Whoa.
no place in New York or no place in Chicago, or
What about that?
you know, they don't belong.
Damn.
There.
Intense.
Where were people when they were expressing that sort of
Wow.
rhetoric? And let me ask you this.
Oh, no.
Where are the
No, I'm just doing an experiment. You just bear with me. This is pretty legit. Wow. Whoa. Whoa. You can see my eyes in detail. Wow, this is kind of cool. This is kind of a cool little technique to do with this type of filter. Have it just like really like close up on me and just be like, you dare speak to Two-Face. Damn, that's pretty intense, dog. We do have spooky fog. Gotta take advantage of that while we're here. I turned this off, like, why? I'm not turning this off.
After this administration, my point is where was your protestation over this guy? If you cared so much about it, why were you not up in arms that he had a verified account and still does on certain platforms, and he was sharing his hatred? And that it was mainstreamed. This guy rubs shoulders with celebrities. The people that you see on cable news are his friends. He is the advisor and the mentor of the people who founded the Women's March, who rushed to defend and protect him. Where are you up in arms over that?
Citation fucking needed.
Administration's fault. Where is your consistency? And furthermore, when has the administration said anything remotely close to what this guy has? Please, by all means, change my mind. I have two media headlines about this coming up as well.
His administration isn't saying shit like this. What does that have to do with anything? What?
I'm also going to get into how NBC hid evidence
False
that discredited
equivalence.
Kavanaugh's accusers. The
Non
citizens are
sequitur.
reporting the only Indian in Springfield.
You sly bitch.
We have that.
Fuck, even when there's an issue that we have somewhat agreement to, you still somehow find a way to piss me off. Oh my God.
And have all of the latest
Jeez. This is why I hate her.
that we have been discussing.
Just like a female Ben Shapiro. God.
In the meantime, as
Where's your consistency?
News online about security breaches, it's difficult not to worry about where your data
You're above the
is.
clouds,
Purchase, or you
indeed.
just simply access your email. You could
Well, I mean,
put
Trump's
private
been
information at
consistent.
risk. You're being tracked online by social media
Consistently
sites, by
status quo.
by your mobile provider,
Consistently pro-establishment.
browsing the net, and
Consistently not draining the swamp.
oftentimes they sell it to other
Oh,
companies
well,
who want
not
profit from your
drain
data.
the swamp.
So you
He
need to check
he
out
doesn't do that.
ExpressVPN, as I have done.
He's
ExpressVPN
pro-swamp.
has easy-to-use apps. They run
Pro-swamp
seamlessly in the
Trump.
background of your
Make
computer,
America
your phone,
swamp
your
again.
tablet, and it only takes one click to turn on
Massa.
ExpressVPN protection. It secures and anonymizes your internet
Oh my
browser
God! Make America massa.
and hiding
Make
your public
massa.
IP address.
Make America swamp again. Make America swampy again. Imagine all those Trump supporters saying "Massa, Massa, Massa," without even realizing that they're
If you ever use public Wi-Fi and you want to keep people from seeing your data, ExpressVPN is the solution. And you don't want to hand over
Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Then you need to check out ExpressVPN. Protect your online activity today. Find
Wow!
out
Wow!
expressvpn.com/dana
Massa! Oh my God!
expressvpn.com/dana for 3 months.
Oh man!
expressvpn.com/dana to learn more.
Oh wow! Make America swampy again. Massa.
Back to the old awful pillow I used to have. I don't even remember what it was.
Massa.
It was so uncomfortable. I just hated it with the burning power of 1,000 suns. I'll be honest. At first, I was not.
Hey, Massa Trump.
Pillow trend because I was like,
Make Massa again.
To make a pillow, but I don't care how long it took Mike to make a pillow. This thing is the most comfortable pillow that is out there in pillow land, and I'm a believer now because I have it. It's amazing. I had it for almost a year. It's 100% machine washable and dryable.
So lower.
It's made right here in the USA, backed by a 10-year warranty. So say goodbye to your old crappy pillow like I did, and then sleep better instantly.
So lower C by foot his supporters are single-minded.
Demand, the My Pillows buy one get one free offer is here.
I hear food crunch.
944-4975 or visit mypillow.com. Use promo code Dana to get 2 My
A
Pillows
donut
for the price
that's
of
being
one.
consumed.
Get a better night's rest with the world's most comfortable pillow. That's mypillow.com. Promo code Dana. It's mypillow.com. Promo
I have
code
now
Dana, 800-944-4975.
readied.
Alpha Media LLC, an equal
See,
opportunity
boy.
employer and parent company of KXL, KXTG, KUFO, KUPL, King.
Hold on, I wish that should be more over here because it seems more like it'd be expansive this way.
We seek the help of local community organizations in referring qualified applicants to
Donuts, exactly. Hey, at least this time, I am the one who is the killer donuts. But hey, I just had kind of an epiphany. So I'm working Wednesday, which is Halloween. So I'm gonna have to do a Halloween stream though. So I'm gonna obviously have to do it at night, unfortunately. But I just want to see if anyone could take the most oblivious guess of what may be or may not be my Halloween costume, essentially. I don't think anyone has to take a random any hard guess. But we're gonna have to do something themed to that nature. So I think I'm gonna have to at least get something. I don't know. I'll have to figure something out. I'll have to get some homies together and figure some shit out. Be like, hey, we want to do some shit. So we're gonna do some shit. But if not, Thursday. It's always good. Be like, we're late, but whatever. So that maybe. I mean, I'm already wearing one part of it anyway, so I think it's just kind of obvious. Dictator. If I wanted to be that, I would have like at least 50 more medals, and I would be in the most luxurious of dress uniform, not just this halfway, semi-nice, that's also nice dress. So that uniform. It's more like NCO at this, essentially. I mean, this is an Uber not soldier board, so this essentially now. Oh, and I also got a hood for this. I ordered a hood, so now I can have a hood. This can now be a hoodie, and also it could be a camo hood on my helmet for it too. So it's a multi-purpose hood. So that's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna have a hoodie now. Or ta-da, a Logan. I can't do it. There's no way. I just can't. There's no way I could pull that off, dude. Like, I would have to, like, get the most absurdly grossest fake beard. Not grossest, but just the most, like, raggedy, dangliest one. That's just unkept. And then, also, like, get a wig that's, like, brown hair that's, like, you know, just, like, you know, whatever. Or just wear a hat that he would, like, wear, like, one of the specific Northwest hats. And then I would have to somehow, like, cut everyone off at every given time. And just be like, bruh, bruh. Barillo pad pulled out. Barillo pad pulled out. What? The Barillo pad. You mean a different way how we express, you know, standard conservative talking points via radio.
So also, we have some news about shots fired into a Republican Party office in South Daytona. This story is coming out now. Good night. So this is the latest with this. I think they're investigating it, but good grief. I mean, this is
another shooting.
People need to stop. And stop taking the bait. Stop taking the bait to. I think that there are people who very much would love for the country to be divided. Would very much love it. I'll have more stories on that Volusia County Republican Party office in South Daytona as we get them. Let's take it into quick.
It's time for Dana's Quick Five.
Well, let's get into that, I guess.
So let's start with.
Like, why should we, you know, essentially, like, give in to these minority, these vocal minority of, like, we need this country divided. And also, you know, continue, like, we don't need to be complicit in that nature.
In Valdosta, Georgia, construction workers found
Shapiro alert. Says his name wrong, by the way. Someday I'll learn how to spell that. Shapiro. 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 If you get universal health care, my wife will be a slave.
Okay, I'm not a dentist. Do you guys put them in walls? Like, I don't know how that works.
What? You're not a dentist, so you put that shit in walls.
Teeth in the walls of two other Georgia cities as well, and both in buildings that previously had dental office as tenants. So they throw them away. That's all I know about the story. Is there seriously, like, do dentists put teeth in walls? Like, is that a thing?
I am confused. Okay. I'll give you a pass, Dana. I'm confused as much as you. That sounds like an Onion article.
Clothing line is what it's called.
Divided we stand. Walls, Trump. Yeah, we are divided and we hold up the walls on either end, and Trump's just in the center, on top. And then you have the establishment in the middle being like, you know, yammering at both sides about shit. Dentist walls.
So they've debuted that, which, I mean, look, if you're, I'm a capitalist, and I think it's smart if you're going to try to brand something, and people like branding. And by the way, if you pay attention to fashion, big branding and big logos from the early 90s are back again. So that's like, this is very much a pop culture thing.
That's always kind of been a thing. It's just bigger now more than ever. I wonder if Stefan got rid of that milk. I doubt it, dude. I don't think he's touching that milk.
It's a whippage. Witch's Brew Frappuccino, and it's filled with bat warts, toad's breath, and lizard scales. That's what it says. If you want to know more about it, Google it, because it's disgusting. That's fine.
You're the one who researched it. Why don't you tell me more, bitch? Fuck. I ain't gonna Google that shit. There's a lot of people on these roads in the middle of the night. You telling me just to Google that shit? Yeah, let me just do my truck drive in the middle of the night and just have a fat, bright-ass screen right in my face. And then I'm just gonna type in, what is this Witch's Brew Latte Cafe Frappuccino motherfucker some bitch thing on my down. Like what? What? Like, bitch, you're the one to research it. Why don't you tell me what's actually in it? Like, some bitch. What? Dude. Oh my god. You are not doing your job as a radio journalist, news commentator, host, person, thing. Like, come on. At least a bit. Like, here's what's actually in it. It's not none of that weird stuff. Like you're like
combat wounded. They serve all veterans and their families. If you have a vehicle, you no longer need
come on, dog.
Donate it today to
At
the
least be
Purple
like
Heart. Rest assured, knowing your
consistent with the
donation is
investigative
valuable services for
journalism
veterans in
part.
need. They'll pick
If that's
up
what
the
you
vehicle
want,
free of
you know,
charge.
I don't
They
even
also
think she
take
claims to be,
donations, which do have the
all up
most
and,
immediate
you know,
The
probably enjoy
Purple Heart
about all that. But
Foundation's
if you
programs
want to claim to
only
be
exist
something
because
like
of
that, you gotta at
donations
least
from
do that.
patriots like you. For more information, go to givetopurpleheart.org. That's
Okay, now let's take our time.
givetopurpleheart.org,
Come
or
along
you
and
can
join
call
the family.
888-414-4483.
Come along and join the family. Let's take our time. Now come along and join the family. Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse.
How they roll. FM News 101. KX.
Come into our lives on radio and TV, bringing us information.
There's this song that was on Full Metal Jacket. It was at the end. It was a little chant that they were doing. I think it was a M-I-C, or it was like M-I-C-K-Y, something like, I don't know. Oh wait, it was a M-I-C, or M-I-C-K-Y-M, or it was, what was it? How did the rhythm go? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E, something, I don't know the rest of it, but that was at least the rhythm of it. It was M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E, something, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, or whatever the fuck. I don't know. It was kind of a funny but unsettling scene when that was being played. It was like, it was like, I mean, I love that fucking movie. It's a very unnerving film, but it really does, put a lot of things about the Vietnam War into actual perspective. Not hardcore, but, it doesn't really put it into, like, the brutal, gruesome war effect, but it does get there, it does have that moment. Can I sing it? I'm sorry, why did I go that way? Sorry, bruh. Going into movies now with Full Metal Jacket. But one other there's like Vietnam War was so bad. I mean, but the films that did come out of it, like besides like Forrest Gump, Full Metal Jacket. I mean, what are other Vietnam era films are there that are good? I haven't really seen too many. There was another one, I'm just forgetting the name of it, that I know is pretty good, but not like totally historically accurate. But I would like to see what other see other good films on that era, because I mean, yeah, it was such a waste of life. Yeah. I mean, fucking brutal. I could definitely do a whole podcast on the Vietnam War, like a whole series block on that shit alone. Like, I think I might have to schedule that at some point once the podcast starts to get its ball rolling. I'll have to like kind of go all over the place at first to just kind of get a good sense of what I want to do essentially, and then we'll like hone down topics and stuff like that, and make at least have like a little variety and shit. But yeah, it's just like
I forgive you.
Vietnam was
I
just
forgive you for poking
fucking
and popping
insane.
me when I broke out
Like
at 14.
the
I forgive
shadow
you for
war
that
underneath
awful
it,
watering hole you
the
left me
bit
when
like
you
the
were
whole
15.
proxy war of the
I
Soviet
forgive
Union and
you
China
for
that was
damaging you
involved
before
along top of
prom
that.
on spring break
The
and at
you
tanning
know
salons when you were 16,
to massacres in
17,
Cambodia and
18.
Laos and
Get on your skin.
in South and North
If you
Vietnam
continue
and
to
just that whole
care,
region.
I hope you can
Still
forgive
point
me.
U.S.
Forgive me when wrinkles
So,
begin to show
that wasn't
and
even.
I
That's
start
not
to have
even.
age spots.
Considering what
Forgive me
what
if I develop
this whole
melanoma.
country's been through, I don't even think that's like the lowest low point either. That's like a little bump in the road at this point. It's just like,
Depends on it.
I mean,
Protect your skin from
I'm kind of
melanoma, the second most
understating
common
that.
cancer
It's
in
more
young
like,
women aged 20
you know, it's
years
just like it was a really bad
and
point,
protect your future.
but it didn't really
Learn more at
recover. Like if
SlotSkinCancer.org. A message from
we
the
ever really
American
fought the
Academy
right
of
people.
Dermatology.
I'm a college student.
Well,
Advice about my student
because I mean,
I had to leave school and go to work. Now I have to pay back
like
student loans
when
for
have
a
we
degree I
ever?
don't
I
have.
mean, like after World War.
I found assistance.
I mean, after World War II, like,
wouldn't lend me more than I could easily
did we
pay back.
like even during the progression of World War II, like I don't even know if we were even fighting for the right people then. Like even before then, like during the Philippine War or the Spanish-American War in the Philippines, and didn't like, you know, we never like that type of question. You know, I don't think is ever going to be really. Like, we never ever did. Like, I mean, you know, that type of thing, we just never, ever. Like, we would, you know, like, on a surface level, you know, like, you know, World War II or the Great War, but, you know, below that, nah, not really. I mean, look at today. Oh, I'm out of drink. Fuck. Oh, well. I know I'm not actually going to listen to this song. It's irritating.
Listen live around the world
At DanaRadio.com.
Start incorporating some Halloween music in, although this is technically not really a Halloween song. It's an
We were
everyday
concerned
song.
about communist
That's where
expansionism.
we are.
Well, funny enough, now
Watching some
you
of
know,
these developments about not only
to
the
try like
farmer who
in a
is
funny
killed
enough,
today, but also this
like
the huge shooting that was
with
at the synagogue over the weekend, and then of course
like I'll have to probably eventually do a show on Ho Chi Minh himself because I did some reading on him alone, and the guy is definitely like he's in it. He's definitely an intellectual for sure. Like I would definitely consider himself an intellectual. And like him, like I mean he was actually like when I was reading through his like political system and like how he viewed it on changing Vietnam for the better, like his philosophy essentially was more aligned towards democratic socialism, or at least a traditional sense of democratic socialism, than communism even. So it's just like it wasn't even necessarily just communist expansionism. It was like anything that was socialist or communist or just far left in nature, or far left in nature essentially. It's honestly just left in nature. I mean, like, but it's just
very weird for me to hear
but you know, it's just it's just that McCarthyist nature that's always just been stemmed into our politics. This needs to die. It needs to just fucking die. Like, cause you know our entire political system has shifted so far right wing. It's just been insane.
I have to say, Nicole, and this has always been a problem
Like,
with this president. He has always shown a sympathy
this is
or a
brutal.
dismissiveness towards terrorism. He is a terrorist sympathizer.
What is it?
Given the way that he responded when it happened in Charlottesville,
The Snickers ice cream bar, huh? Oh,
given the
my.
fact that he put what's happened today and previous week in the context of how it affects.
Am I like, am I just in the way like a hooligan?
Have leadership in this country when it comes to domestic terrorism. This president foments it as much as he is occasionally forced to speak against it.
Okay.
Not too bad.
That is just really ignorant. And this is why I think it's incredibly ignorant. First off,
What's funny, on this one, all the nuts are like centered. They all like got melted in the center.
That this is the president who didn't just talk about recognizing Jerusalem as the capital, he actually moved the embassy there. He moved the embassy to Jerusalem.
And then dictator / interesting character.
Oh,
I when this
find and arrest the last Nazi
I probably wouldn't
war
necessarily
criminal
call
in
him a
the United States and
dictator,
deport him back
but
to Germany.
I mean, he's definitely a very interesting character.
He, as far as the guy heading the Education Department's Civil Rights Office,
Like,
Kenneth Marcus is leading it.
I could probably say he was probably authoritarian
Center for
leading,
Human Rights
but
Under Law. It's a nonprofit that's all about advancing Jewish people's civil rights.
kind of like Washington.
Or
In a way.
about the case that his
But not like
administration
Washington. I
reopened.
mean, you can't really compare
That
Ho Chi
it's a
Minh to Washington.
7-year-old
This just, I mean, those two characters definitely aren't comparable.
case.
All the nuts in the center. I know, this is like,
against,
what the fuck?
Rutgers.
Like, dude, like, I got cheated, honestly. It's like, I want to, like, experience the nuts throughout the whole bar. I don't want, like, all my nuts at once. Like, damn. It's just, like, chill.
Allowed and encouraged a hostile environment to Jewish students.
Oh my gosh, see what happens? It just collapses on itself.
Mm-hmm. Good, good.
Or destroying the Iran deal. How about working with Saudi Arabia, which recognizes Israel's right to exist, over countries like Iran, which does not? Or what about cutting hundreds and millions of dollars in
Let's just not, yeah, let's totally gloss over the genocide in Yemen that Saudi Arabia is doing with our weapons.
I could sit here and go on
Let's just
and on.
totally gloss over that. I mean,
There's a
jeez.
huge, Jerusalem Post had a huge piece on just Nikki Haley. They wrote, quote, Haley didn't simply defend Israel. She led
Shock
a
plane
campaign
idiot.
on her watch and with the blessing of
I
US
ain't gonna let
Trump support
that
for
happen
Israel,
to
with
just
us
slide.
against us proposition.
It's like, at least be objective with the human rights violations of these fucking countries.
Shut down its office in Washington, D.C. Yeah, because they said they stalled out peace talks. They're not interested in peace. Shut it down. I mean, this is insane. The suggestion. That suggestion is really insane. And I don't, honestly, people stop. Here's one of the other questions that I had here. And I was very genuinely asking this, and I don't expect serious answers from certain people of political realms because they're just not serious. So, one of there is, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat, you have a bunch of different social media platforms. There was another platform called Gab that's...
Well, now you mentioned Gab.
Similarly to Twitter, as I understand it. But they promise no censorship, right?
Objectivity is a personality set.
Censorship, rather, I think is the more appropriate
Evidently.
phrase to use. Now, let me share this with you because this nut job murderer, this anti-Semite who shot up the synagogue,
My balls
he had accounts apparently on everything.
Well, you burnt my balls.
Yeah, and I'm just burning you.
On Twitter. He had an account on Gab, okay? And so, let me open this up.
Yeah. Oh, wow, why did I do that?
PayPal.
I just did smear job.
Gab, this is the headline.
Smear.
Murderer.
Nowadays, politically speaking, nut job.
Often about his hatred of Jews.
Can't you just call the dude a terrorist?
Really awful
Like,
stuff.
that's what he is.
Definitely.
The
Yeah.
same stuff that he also
Like,
posted, he
towards
posted
Jews,
similar and same
towards
stuff on
Jews.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Really awful stuff.
towards a religious
on
group.
Twitter.
Yeah, like, I mean,
Uh,
he literally walked in yelling,
just awful.
all Jews must die.
So a spokesman
like,
for PayPal
if that doesn't
confirmed
say
the
it,
company
I don't know
canceled
what
Gab's
does.
account.
I mean, if ISIS walked in the same synagogue and was like, Allahu Akbar, death to the Jews, and started doing the same thing, I can bet your ass Dana will go hardline on calling this guy an Islamist terrorist threat. You know, these Muslims are a problem.
Let her speak.
Dumping or trying to
Well, I mean, she's on radio. I mean, she's not here though. I mean, but I mean, if it was like switched to, but I mean, if it was on. But if you flip the coin on the other side, I guarantee she would not just say nut job murderer.
How do I know what you're saying when I can't hear her saying?
Well, I'm just offering my point right now. I mean, I'm allowed to offer a point, you know, in the middle of something. Well, don't break your bowl.
It is something that it's similar, from what I understand, very similar to Twitter.
Didn't stir it up.
They don't have a terms of service.
I don't even know
Just
what
looks like
he's
it's
been
like
saying
it's
on
free for
that.
all.
I've been like low key avoiding him. I'm like, I'm done.
Everybody's dropped a gab.
Like Trump, I'm just like low key avoiding all these like like or like all the rallies wherever he kind of like makes these like press releases or whatever the frick. It's just like I'm just afraid of what he said. Like I guess not like afraid of what he says, or I guess just how he says it. It's like, oh my lord, because he's so clownish with what he says. It's just like I don't. It's like
He said the same things, the same ignorant, awful things.
I just rather like
Meanwhile,
listen look at the event myself instead. I don't need to hear the Trump president have a statement about it. Essentially.
Is also on Twitter and Facebook.
Oh, just send you over there.
Stuff.
Well, not literally over there, but
you did better than Donald Trump, right?
Well, no, I didn't say that. I mean, I don't need to listen to him make a statement. I can just look at like the event, and look at it for myself instead of hearing someone else talk about it. Like I can go, look at the evidence.
Hear yourself talk.
No, I'm not. It's not hearing myself talk. It's just looking. It's just having a more critical thought. And
on your crib that you don't like to hear yourself talk. And don't like.
I do streams.
Or whatever's on TV.
I do. I mean, I do these streams to talk. I mean, that's the point of the streams. Well, that's the point of the streams. That's my content. I do commentary. That's my content. Like, yeah, like. Duh. Like, I mean, that's what I do.
Why is only one penalized? Am I missing something? Am I missing something? Am I missing anything?
This thing like a short power part.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't think it was him. It's more complicated than that. It's like because there's like a big divide within them. Like, because there's a lot of them that are still like rebelling, and then there's a lot of them that are still loyal with them, and a lot of them that are just like low key, begrudgingly, following him. So it's. I mean, along with also the base too, because there's also a lot of people within the base that are loyalists, and there are also a lot of people in the base that don't like him either. So it's I mean, they're kind of going for their own divides too, but they still can all somewhat unanimously agree. Despite the left side, only two-party before. I mean, yeah, like, yeah. I mean, it was just, I don't know. Like,
why is that?
The whole two-part was about the, trying to get the obstructionism of Obamacare, if I remember right. I got Tea Party centrists, Trumpies. I mean, is the Tea Party still even a thing? I mean, I don't even know if they're still a thing. Are they? I mean, they were a thing in like 2013 and 14, but are they even still?
But that's it. And I went and cross-referenced articles that talked about his social media. Twitter never took it down. I had a guy threaten to shoot me in the head on social media. Twitter kept it up there for a couple days. I don't publicize that one because the ones that I think are more serious I don't publicize. But that guy was like, "You're going to be shot in the head. Maybe I'll do all this stuff." And it's still up there even after I reported it a trillion times.
Yes, but failing.
They never take that stuff down.
Yeah, won't surprise me.
Louis Farrakhan up here.
Doesn't surprise me if that is.
By the way, the stuff that he tweets and the stuff that this nutjob tweeted actually are almost verbatim. He was talking about the satanic Jews and all this stuff. That's like those are the phrases that they used. For instance, Farrakhan tweeted, "The satanic Jews that control everything and mostly everybody there are your enemy." This is another tweet. "The satanic Jews and their allies fear being exposed, and that is the role of the Messiah to reveal the man of sin." And then he had the video just last week before, where he said, "I'm not an anti-Semite, I'm anti-termite," which that's horrible. And this all is still responded. They just took away his blue check mark, guys. That's all they did. They seriously took away his check mark, and that was it. This is where we are. I'm
found myself watching Fox News to get twisted.
I have no words.
Don't watch Fox News. Just don't.
There is a really fascistic
Like,
effort, I think, to control speech, and I also
honestly,
think
just don't watch mainstream
there's an
TV
effort
media
where we have
in
a
general.
global
Like, don't watch
tragedy that individuals who
MSNBC, don't watch
really
CNN
exaggerate,
or
they
any
just
of them.
wanna
Like,
control speech
it's
with
very
which
rare that they have a
people the policies
good
they disagree,
moment
exploited and they
of
use
like
it for these ends.
actual
That's what it's all about.
of like actual journalism. It's just like,
ridiculous.
wow, you're supposed
So
to be doing
coming
that
up,
consistently.
NBC,
You only do it like once a
we're
blue
trying to
moon.
get into next hour. Set
Good
of
job, you
weapons
suck.
that completely discredited Michael Avenatti and his
They're also
accuser.
slanted, exactly. They all have a political bias and a corporate media bias too. All of them do.
Rather. Also,
Watch
the
the one way
Simpsons are
CNN's
permanently
another.
deporting
CNN has like a
minorities from
neutrality
Springfield
bias
because
and a
social
centrist
justice
type of
warriors
bias
and
too, in
don't
a
have
sense.
that for
But
you. And a bunch of other stuff as well.
and then like
As we
MSNBC
move
has like
on
the
here,
establishment like left
and we'll have
bias.
the latest about
But
both of these other
all of
stories
them
that are
do
coming
have
out
one
too.
bias in common, and that is
Between work and the
corporate
kids and school and
media
everything
bias.
else, and it's becoming
And
the busiest time
that
of
is
the year,
definitely a
which is
major
why
problem, which is
I
why
run a daily dose of super
the new
boost to
media
keep my
essentially
energy
is
levels
just
naturally
better.
up. If you're dragging
Like,
more
I
than
mean, that's
normal,
why
maybe
people
it's a
like
combination of how
Sam
busy it is
Cedar,
time of
Jimmy
year,
Dore, and
this
Kyle
time of year, and the
Kalinske,
change of
and
seasons, but either way, instead
other
of
people
reaching
like
for
that, you know, are
stimulants or
coming out of the
processed
woodworks
sugar,
and
you
becoming
should reach for
popular
Super Beets.
because
It's harness the power of
they're,
nutrient-enriched
you
beets
know,
and
at
create
least
a
more
superfood that
respectable and
helps your body
principled in
make
what they
nitric
believe in,
oxide on
just
its
even
own.
if you do
The core
disagree with them,
philosophy is to
you know,
develop heart-healthy
like,
products, and 1 teaspoon of Super Beets daily
jeez,
supports
like that's,
cardiovascular
jeez,
health
you
and
guys,
blood
like,
pressure
man,
levels. It gives you a
mainstream,
natural
like,
energy
the old
without
media
the
must
need of
really
quick caffeine
suck
kick or
that
sugar
much if,
high. It's
you know,
real,
they're not
healthy,
doing that
natural
good of a
energy.
job.
Call 800-664-5617 or visit danasbeats.com. Find out how to get a free 30-day supply of Super Beets and free shipping with your first purchase. Call 800-664-5617, danasbeats.com. Let's talk about your business for a minute.
Well, I knew end up
All
selling
the
out.
things you're doing to
Yeah,
attract the
I
best
mean
talent.
that's true too.
Networking
I
events,
mean, it's not to say that there is
you're
new media that
probably
does sell out as
spending plenty of
well.
time and money to find
So
the right
I mean,
people. But
it's
what
not to
comes
take
your
that. It's not to
office
rule that
attract
out as well.
employees?
I mean, I'm not ruling that out
Workforce is mobile,
at all.
interactive, and
But
they run an office
I
designed
mean,
around
it's,
the way they work.
but
And
it's
Veridesk makes it easy.
not
Veridesk
as
Veridesk
likely.
solutions
I mean,
help you create
there are
an
people who, you know,
workspace
self
where employees can
fundraise
stay
a lot of
and
time. There's
so they're
Patreon
happier,
where a lot of
healthier,
people do
and more
that.
productive.
I mean, and also it's not just even strictly news where people, you know, go to, you know, get it. I mean, there's also like just podcasts and other different things out there where, you know, people can go to and you know, and find you know, different sources of information and shit. I mean, there's countless things. I mean, there's science podcasts out there. Dang it, I'm finding myself not trusting any of them. Yeah, I mean, you just have to. I mean, you just kind of have to, you know, like looked at, kind of, you just have to like, I mean, the way kind of Kyle puts is kind of best way I can say too is like just do it with Occam's favor. If it sounds really simple, that's probably you know, the best case essentially. Or I mean, that's not exactly what Occam's razor is, but I'm just doing super layman term with it. But I mean, it's like you just gotta have to like, you know, just take the information what you know think is the most subjectively factual and just go with it essentially. I mean, there's obviously things out there like you know, with numbers and stats and research, etc., that we can obviously prove, you know, out there. But I mean, you know, for certain things like, you know, assaults, you know, on, you know, certain like philosophy, for example. I mean, you just kind of have, or just on opinion pieces, you just kind of have to, you know, take it with a grain of salt and just kind of go with what you think. Trick or treat. Where's the candy, bitch? I have no idea. But it ain't here. So I gotta close up the shop. My battery's actually about to die, that's why.
Just buy your glass pass for $50. Yes, that's right, only $50, and you get $220 in value. Oregon wine country in the fall. Yes, please go to wineglasspass.com today to get yours. That's wineglasspass.com.
Not on my watch. Service members say, as they volunteered to serve. Not on my watch, they say, as they leave their families behind to keep the rest of ours safe. As they move out, stand firm,
Well,
take fire.
killed both.
So not on
And
our watch, we
I don't want my I don't want my phone dying before I end the stream. So I'm gonna end the stream and plug my shit
they
in.
need to walk again.
Call it night. So
Treatment, they need to talk again.
big things for tomorrow.
Help they need
But
to live
other than that,
independent
I'll be seeing y'all soon.
When there's no more
Oh, good night.
funding,
Will do.
or nursing home seems
Be
like
close, everybody, in my
or
places.
everyone says